Now, before we dive into the benefits, let's remember that the problems that API gateways solve. So imagine a bank trying to manage access to its customer data, payment systems, and account information without a central control point. Or consider an e-commerce platform struggling to handle millions of requests during a flash sale. These scenarios highlight the chaos and inefficiency that can arise without an API gateway. Now, to fully appreciate the values of an API gateway, let's briefly revisit the challenges we face without one. Remember, without a gateway, we often encounter security vulnerabilities due to inconsistent enforcement, increased complexity for client developers because of the need to manage multiple services, and performance bottlenecks from unmanaged traffic, difficulty in monitoring and controlling API usage due to a lack of a centralized control. So these challenges highlight the critical need for a solution like an API gateway. So hence it is aptly named as core reasons to use an API gateway. So API gateways offer solutions to these challenges and provide a wealth of benefits. We'll explore 5 key reasons: enhanced security, API abstraction, performance optimization, management and control, and monetization enablement. Each of these play a vital role in modern application development. Let's see all of these reasons one by one. The first reason was enhanced security. One of the most compelling reasons to use an API gateway is enhanced security. An API gateway acts as a gatekeeper, protecting your backend services from unauthorized access and malicious attacks. It provides several key security functions. Instead of each backend service handling authentication and authorization independently, the gateway can handle it centrally, ensuring consistency and reducing vulnerabilities. For example, think of a bank. They need to verify every customer accessing their account details or initiating a transaction. An API gateway allows them to centralize this process, ensuring that only authenticated users with the correct permissions to access specific data or services. In this context, they can use OAuth 2 to grant limited access to third-party financial apps while maintaining control. Furthermore, API gateways implement policies to protect against common threats like distributed denial of service, DDoS attacks, SQL injection, and other forms of malicious traffic. This means that API gateways protect against attacks like SQL injection, which could expose sensitive data, or DDoS attacks, which could bring down the critical banking system. They can filter malicious requests, enforce rate limiting to prevent abuse, and act as a first line of defense. The gateway also manages API keys, controlling access to your APIs and tracking usage. Imagine a platform that provides financial data to partners. API keys allow them to control who accesses the data and track usage for billing or auditing purposes. The gateway manages these keys, simplifying the process and improving security. Consider a modern banking app that allows users to manage their accounts, transfer funds, and pay bills. The bank uses an API gateway to secure these transactions, ensuring that only authorized users can access their accounts and that all data is encrypted and protected. Apigee X, with its advanced security policies, can be used to implement these security measures effectively. And then we come to API abstraction. Another key benefit of API gateways is API abstraction. The API gateway abstract away the complexities of your backend services, providing a simplified and consistent interface for clients. This means that clients don't need to know the internal architecture or implementation details of your backend services. The gateway presents a clean, well-defined API. Think of a large e-commerce company. They might have various backend systems for product catalog, inventory, payments, and shipping. An API gateway can hide this complexity for mobile app developers, web developers, and partner systems. These developers don't need to know the intricacies of each backend system. They interact with a consistent and well-defined API. API abstraction also means decoupling clients from services. Changes to your backend services won't directly impact client applications. The gateway acts as a buffer, translating requests and response as needed. Consider a media streaming service like Netflix. They need to support a wide range of devices, from smart TVs to mobile phones to gaming consoles. An API gateway decouples these client devices from the backend services that deliver the content. This allows Netflix to update their services and add new features without requiring changes to every client application. Furthermore, API abstraction enables API evolution. You can evolve your backend services without breaking client applications as long as the API contract defined at the gateway remains consistent. Imagine a company that is modernizing its legacy systems. They can use an API gateway to present a consistent API to external developers while gradually migrating their backend services. This allows them to update their technology stack without disrupting their partners or customers. Ultimately, API abstraction provides a consistent interface. The gateway can present a uniform API interface even if your backend services use different technologies or protocols. Netflix, for example, uses an API gateway to provide a consistent interface for its streaming service across various devices. The gateway handles the translation between the different devices' requirements and their backend systems that deliver the video content. This abstraction allows Netflix to update its service and add new features without requiring changes to every device. Then comes performance optimization. So API gateways also play a crucial role in performance optimization. They offer features that can significantly improve the speed and efficiency of your API interactions through caching. That is one of the important features. The gateway can cache frequently accessed data, reducing load on the backend services and improving response time. Consider an online travel agency. They frequently receive requests for popular flight routes or hotel information. An API gateway can cache this data, reducing the load on their backend systems and improving response times for users. So load balancing is another key aspect of performance optimization. API gateways can distribute traffic across multiple servers, preventing overload and ensuring that the website remains responsive. Additionally, API gateways offer request response transformation. The gateway can transform data format. The gateway can transform data formats or modify the content of requests and responses to optimize them for specific clients or services. So imagine a mobile app that has limited bandwidth. An API gateway can transform the data format or reduce the amount of data sent to the app, optimizing it for mobile use. In essence, API gateways provide traffic management. Gateways can manage API traffic, including request queuing and prioritization, to ensure a smooth and efficient operation. And e-commerce websites, for example, use API gateways to handle peak traffic during sales events. The gateway can cache product information, load balance requests across servers, and optimize data transfer to ensure a smooth and responsive shopping experience, even under heavy load. So Apigee X provides robust traffic management and caching capabilities to handle these scenarios. And the next reason is the management and control. So management and control are essential for any API program, and API gateways provide powerful tools for this. They offer API monitoring and analytics. Gateways provide valuable insights into API usage, performance, and errors, and allowing you to track key metrics and identify potential issues. Think of a social media platform. They need to monitor API usage to track user engagement, identify potential issues, and optimize the services. An API Gateway provides valuable analytics on API traffic, response times, and error rates. API versioning is another crucial management feature. The gateway can help you manage different versions of your APIs, making it easier to introduce updates without disrupting existing clients. Imagine a software company that releases a new version of its API. An API gateway allows them to manage these different versions, ensuring that older applications continue to function while new applications can take advantage of the latest features. So beyond security policies, gateways allow you to enforce other types of policies such as quality of service QoS policies. Consider a company that offers a public API. They might want to enforce usage limits or rate limits to prevent abuse or ensure fair usage. An API gateway allows them to implement these policies centrally. Finally, API gateways support API lifecycle management. Gateways support various stages of the API lifecycle, from design and development to deployment and retirement. A company that provides a public API for developers to access their data uses an API gateway to manage access, monitor usage, and enforce policies. They can track which developers are using the API, how much data are they consuming, and enforce rate limits to prevent abuse. Apigee X excels in providing these management and control features. Then comes the monetization enablement. Finally, API gateways can enable monetization of your APIs. If you want to generate revenue from your APIs, gateways provide the necessary tools. Usage tracking is essential for monetization. Gateways can track API usage by different developers or applications, which is essential for billing. Think of a mapping service that charges developers based on the number of API calls. An API gateway tracks API usage, provides the data needed for billing. Some API gateways offer built-in or integrated billing and payment processing capabilities. This allows companies to automate the process of charging developers for API usage. Rate limiting and quotas are also crucial for monetization. Gateways allow you to enforce rate limits and quotas, which are crucial for different pricing tiers and usage plans. Imagine a company that offers different pricing tiers for their API. They can use an API gateway to enforce rate limits and quotas, allowing developers on higher tier plans to make more API calls. And gateways often integrate with developer portals, making it easier for developers to discover, register for, and consume your APIs, which is a key for a successful monetization strategy. Companies that provide data or services through APIs often use API gateways to monetize their offerings. The gateway allows them to track usage, enforce rate limits, and manage billing, enabling them to generate revenue from their digital assets. Apigee X provides comprehensive monetization capabilities, including developer portal integration and billing tools. So in summary, we use API gateways for several crucial reasons. API gateways provide enhanced security, protecting our APIs and backend services. They also offer API abstraction, simplifying client development and enabling API evolution. And performance optimization is another key benefit, as API gateways improve API speed and efficiency. Furthermore, API gateways provide management and control, giving us visibility and control over our API ecosystem. Finally, API gateways enable monetization, allowing us to generate revenue from our APIs. These reasons highlight the significant value that API gateways bring to modern application development and API management. And that is the end of this lecture. And what's up next? In the next lecture, we'll see Introduction to Apigee X and key features. That happen to be lecture 4 for this section.